Hello and welcome to this video about invoicing in FunkyTime and the integration with the Yuki accounting system. Before you can create any invoices, make sure you have a FunkyTime premium license. If you do, make sure you are at the correct context. So in this case, we are creating invoices under this organization, and then go to your account settings, because you need to make sure that some of these settings are made correctly. Of course, you need a billing address for yourself. This will be used as the sending address. And under the settings, you can create some settings for the invoices that you will be sending. This shows what the bottom of all your invoices will look like. You are free to fill in any text that you would like to appear there. Further down the settings, you have the option to set some email addresses. The most important one is the email address that your invoices will be sent from. You can also set an email address to send the invoices to in copy. Finally, at the bottom, you have the option to integrate with Yuki. This long string here is an API key that you will need to create in Yuki. You create it over there and then you fill it in here. And that way, FunkyTime will be able to send the invoices to Yuki. I will now show where you can actually create this API key in Yuki. So I will start from the dashboard in Yuki. Then you just go to your My Domain. Then at the left, you have Web Services. Just click on it. And you will probably not have a line here yet. Then you just click on this little plus to create a new API key. The default settings are fine, and once you create it, you will have one of these lines, and you can just copy the API key and then paste it into FunkyTime. So that is how this one was created and filled in. Right then, to create an invoice, make sure that you have an actual client with the right data in it. In this case, I will be creating an invoice for the client Deleuze. So let's check that everything is filled in here. You need a billing address for this client, and also, if applicable, a VAT number and a VAT rate. The language is also available. We have 4 languages available for the invoice layout that will be sent to your client. Right then, the actual invoice. Just go to the tab Invoices, click on New Invoice. And the first thing you should do here is select the client. Next, you choose an invoice date, for example, let's say the 2nd of April. An invoice number, I don't think we have any yet in this year, so I will choose 1 and save the changes. Then we can go to the next tab. Here you select the projects that you would like to settle with this invoice. Let's just settle both of them. And then you can choose which period you actually want to settle. I will choose October from last year, because that is actually when the most recent invoice was created. I will show it in a minute. And I will settle until to April, which is also the invoice date. So I will save the changes. I will just go out now to show what I meant. I have created an invoice here before on the 12th of October. So the next invoice should actually be settling from the 13th. So I will edit that here. Under projects, I will say 12 instead. Save changes. And then I can go to the invoice lines. This tab will now calculate the number of hours that have been spent from the 12th of October to the 2nd of April. So it just sums up all the hours, and it fills them in here by default on the invoice lines. You can still change this. You also have the option of filling in some text to be set at the top of your invoice and some text at the bottom. Finally, you have the option to add some extra pages to your invoice. You can attach the timesheets, and you can also attach details of expenses if there are any. Finally, you save the changes. And then you can go to the last tab to actually send your invoice. Invoice number 1. Here is your new invoice. Please pay promptly. Okay, first you save the changes, so it is not actually sent yet now. And now you have the option to send it right away or to first send a test version to yourself. But I'm feeling confident, so I will just send it to the client right away. This will immediately email the invoice to your client. Okay. Alright, the invoice has been sent. You see it appear here at the top. It says unpaid, which is a confirmation that it has actually been sent, otherwise it would say prepared. The red icon means that it is not paid yet, and you can see on the other ones that one of them here is paid, the other one is partially paid. This information actually comes from Yuki. So this integration is two-way. This invoice has just been sent to Yuki, and for these two, it is actively checking with Yuki how much of it is actually paid already. So I will show this now in Yuki. These are the sales invoices. And this shows all the invoices in 2017. If I go to 2018, here we have the one I just created. So it has the same number, it has the same invoice date, and of course it is not paid yet. Note that this interface in Yuki is currently in Dutch here, but it is also available in English. Alright, I believe that's it. This is how the invoicing works in FunkyTime and how it is exported to Yuki.